Hello, everyone. And this title, to be fair, I'm questioning if it's true in the title. Um, you know, um, but it's very possible that this might be the final stream I do as Croneo is a thing. I've recorded every Croneo video now, and the big climactic finale is coming out on Saturday. Not sure what time precisely on Saturday it will come out. 3 p.m. UK time is what I'm thinking, because I usually do 4, but I might put it earlier. Hello, Chill Bill. But yeah, this might be the last. But this isn't going to be the last live stream I do, but like it's going to be the last live stream while I'm doing Croneo, maybe. Depends if there's any delay in like others coming out. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions. Um, and I will likely do streams for when my next region's being done. So, you know. Don't worry about that. This isn't the last stream. It's just going to be, the last one where Croneo's the focal point. Like, unless if I do a end of Croneo stream, but But feel free to ask anything. Oh, and by the way, I am aware of those leaks, but it might be safe just to not discuss them, if that makes sense. Because there may be spoilers in the there may be spoilers within those leaks, but I don't want to have spoilers in here. But yeah, any questions? I mean, I feel like a broken record, but because this is a Q&A stream. Because I don't really want to sit in silence. I'm doing this for your benefit, guys. If made a Legend style game, what would the starters be? I mean, I'd have to actually think about what I want to achieve with those starters if I made a choice. So I can't just go, oh, it would just be Lee starters. Because, no, it's a deeper decision than that, isn't it? But I suppose, I was going to make a Legends project. That was something I put in the works, but I'm no longer gonna do. Or if I do a Legends project, it wouldn't. I would be starting from scratch. But the starters I had for that were Chikorita, Chimchar, and Poplio. So might be those, I guess. But like, also don't know if it would be those. You know, for all I know, it's like it would be like Sprigatito, Scorbunny, and I don't know, Squirtle. I don't know. Um, could be any stars. Might just put in Oshawott for the sake of it, you know. The best boy Oshawott, my child Oshawott. Um, but yeah, feel free to ask about anything modern Croneo, because I'm not really interested in answering questions about a hypothetical past that I'm not working on. You know, if someone else asks that question, I'll just say, I'll just repeat PLA just to annoy them because it's not really something I'm seriously considering. It's just PLA, but everyone speaks in a Scottish accent. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would do for a Legends project, so I'm not gonna do it. Like, unless if I think of something that I think really works, yeah. But I just can't think of anything right now. And I'm more interested in doing another region, to be honest, which is why I've been doing that. So, yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I am enjoying working on my new region. Things are just coming together so well. But I think Croneo has come together so well. Um, yeah, which by the way, the new video is coming out on Saturday, guys. I promise it is done. It is done for real. I'm not. It's not just like, oh, I'm hoping to get. No, no, no. It is done. I've done it. I might make tweaks to it, but like, you know. Hey, Dexter. Yeah, I'm just saying, all like the new video will be out on Saturday. Mark my words, it is happening because I've done it. I might slightly tweak it, but like, eh, it really depends on if anything needs tweaks. Everyone I've sent it to hasn't said anything, so either they've just not watched it or not found anything to tweak about it. Yeah, it'll be about 17 minutes long, so you know, if you've got the time, why not? I still need to make the thumbnail though, but no, that'll be easy enough. Yeah, I'm excited for everyone to see it. I've been trying to play a lot of cards close to my chest. Um, I'll give a wee bit of a spoiler. I'm canonizing that you can find Gulpin and Swalot in the region. Because I've had no opportunity to do it prior, but hey ho, you can find them in the region. They are around. You can just get them. And this will be the only this video will have the only indication that you can, like, within the videos themselves. So yeah. Swallows and Gulpin. Because they're stomachs, and that's what haggis is. It's served in a stomach. So I just thought they fit. They really do. So yeah. I always get them the wrong way around. Like, it's Gulpin that evolves into Swallow, right? Because I always think the base stage is called Swallow, and then the evolution is Gulpin, but it feels like it should be that way around, but it's not. So, but yeah, Swalot is in the video. Not a variant or anything. It's just Swalot. I just thought, why not? Why not show it? Yeah. Yeah. Before you said the haggis, I thought you were gonna have stomachs and people live in Scott. No, no, because I mean, you could use that justification. You could use that justification to include like Gulpin in any region, but no. Imagine if they made two unrelated Pokemon that evolves into some second stage. I was originally gonna do that in Croneo, but then the idea just didn't work, so I just made 3 single stages instead, based on the concepts I was going to use. I believe I said that in the podcast. Go watch my podcast, by the way. I'm probably going to record a new episode this week. Going to have a guest on. So, yeah. Going to be talking about the guests and their Fakemon. A guest? How cool! Hey, Fruipy. Yeah, I don't know. We just asked someone, "Do you want to go on?" They said, "Yeah." Uh, you know, I wonder who it could be. I wonder who it could be. So it's just some YouTuber. But yeah, if anyone's just joined, announcing that the next Croneo video is going to be out this weekend. It's going to be climactic. Mark your calendars. Please watch it. Yeah, it's and I've recorded every Croneo video now, so essentially I've just got to edit them and then release them. I think the guest is a guy called Matt Moy. No, that's the host. Or like the co-host along with Scarfles. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. Yeah, fair. Um I have a week off work this week because I just decided to book the middle of October off for no discernible reason. Legit, I was just like, oh, I should probably have a week off work because at this rate, I'll just not have a week off for the rest of the year. Okay, because I've got all these days off, I might as well book a week off. I had no plans. I'd literally just yeah, I've got a week off. Yeah, just to like sort of de-stress and everything. And yeah, because I've not really had a week off for like it like properly for like I guess since I started working there 6 months ago. So yeah, it's or is it 6 months ago or has it been longer? I think it's been longer. It's been since March anyway, middle of March. So I don't know, 7 months ago maybe. Yeah, 7 months. Um, yeah, like been working almost non-stop. Yeah. And yeah, I've got the week off this week. I'll just work on YouTube stuff and yeah. So the reason I decided is because like my work usually doesn't get as busy in the middle of the month, and I'm like, yeah, about October's like where I would want the week off if I'm gonna have it at all. So I just picked it. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on finishing off Croneo, and then I don't know. I'll start the next region when I can. The starters are being worked on, by the way, now. But I can't really announce it until the starters are ready, because like once the starters are done, you will get an announcement with the base stages of the starters. You'll see those are like some of the first things you'll see of the next region. Um, Although the starters have just sort of begun, essentially. Yeah. But yeah, feel free to ask any Cronio related questions. While you still can, because you might not get another opportunity, or you might get only one opportunity. You know, there's very, very little time left in terms of Croneo. Don't know why I'm doing that voice. I don't know, but it's not many opportunities left. So get your questions in now. Any questions? Because like I can only talk for so much for so long, right? Without any prompts. Are there any plans for former roaming legendaries in Croneo like birds in X and Y? Yes, and that will be in the new video. And Dexter, if I recall correctly, you have access to that new video. You can watch it, but don't spoil it. But for everyone else's sake, if you can't be bothered to become a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, which if you don't want to do that, that is completely fine. But for those of you who aren't going to do that, yeah, no, it will be in the next video, and you'll see on Saturday or earlier if you decide to pledge money and support me to help me power through making Fakemon content. I'm approaching a third of my new region's decks getting completed, which is so exciting. Not included. Well, what I would say is the base decks rather. So there may be a gimmick in my next region, maybe. But I'm not counting those. In terms of the actual Fakemon themselves, there's like nearly a third of them done, which I'm so excited by. Although the number did increase a bit recently, when I was like, I needed to change a type, and that's throwing the balance off. So I'm gonna add some more Pokemon. Oh boy. I'm gonna add some new Fakemon because like that's pretty much my only realistic option is to increase the decks, and now it's getting kind of big. But yeah, it's I don't know, I think everyone's gonna be excited by it. I've got some really weird designs cooked up. I think the weirdest design concept that I've come up with for the region has been done now. So I can't be like, oh, I've not even gotten to the weirdest bit yet. No, I have. It makes sense. I think everything that I'm going to be doing does make sense for that region. But yeah, for Croneo, at least for Orpiment, there is a way to get. Well, it's not just that there's going to be roamers. It's you. There's also static encounters too. And in fact, you could get every legendary, just like in the Crown Tundra DLC, just like in the Indigo Disc DLC, just like in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and Auras, and Black 2, White 2. You know, just like in all of those, you can get all the legendaries. So yeah, you can get them all. Mythicals too, probably. I don't know. If you're lucky. There wouldn't be for Agate and Obsidian, though. Yeah, like the reason for that is because, you know, Orpament's the sort of quote unquote enhanced version, but yeah. What's my favorite Pokeball? I would say it's the Dusk Ball. It's got great utility and a great catch rate. So simple answer, really. I mean that's why. I mean that's part of the reason why. Gulf Orb has a Dusk Ball form, but like also, um, also like because it originally lived in caves. Dusk Balls would be in caves and stuff. Cherish balls are also pretty nice, to be fair, Dexter. They're a cool look. Netball, yeah, I like it as well. Yeah, I mean, netballs. I have had use for netballs before, but that's about it. Really, is I've had use, but no, no. I think I also just really like the way dusk balls look. What's my favorite fire type? Ooh, that is a good question. I want to say like Arcanine or Charizard or something. I know it's like Gen 1, but like Gen and they're like the popular ones, but like they're popular for a reason. They're good. I like their designs. I love them. I love just yeah, I love them. Um in terms of my favorite fire type I've made for Croneo though, part of me wants to say Hogmanay, actually. I mean, I really like the fire starter. I really like the Flamoo line, but part of me wants to say Hogmanay. I don't know. I just quite like what we did there, and I thought its inspiration was quite unique and an interesting personification of a holiday, and also fire worked for it, and it's like, yeah. Is there any other fire types for Cronio that I was like really proud of? I mean, I really like the Crony and Chandelier line, and I mean, I like original Chandelier too. They're like great fire types. What was the last fire type I used? That's a good question. Um, I used Talonflame recently. Yeah, that was good. I liked using Talonflame. Talonflame's cool as well. But I also really like Delphox from X and Y. From yeah, I didn't use it on that team, but like because I it was a Greninja playthrough, but like I still really like Delphox. Um, my favorite fire type Pokemon from Cronio is Torchard. Yeah, yeah, that was pretty cool. I do enjoy myself in Torchard. Oh, I really like the Grass Ladies. I really like Bunty and Lanternip as well. They're cool fire types, I think. I really like my justification for them being fire type. I never used Talonflame in X because I already had fire type best Gen 6 star. In my first playthrough, I basically had in my first playthrough of X, I had all fire types, but then also Sylveon. So I had like a Sylveon, I had Delphox, I had Talonflame, I had Charizard, I had an event Blaziken, and I had a Simisear for some reason. But yeah, I mean, I loved using those Pokemon and also Simisear. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah. we're slowly getting close to finishing the Croneo arc. I mean, yeah, I mean the actual final story video is like the video that has the final bit of story is the next video. But then after that, I'll have the explanations for all the character designs. Probably the week after, I'll try and make sure that's out the week after, and then just a roundup of all the Croneo and that's it. That's all the Croneo videos. Usually, my initial pick for starter stays since Gen 4, that being Turtwig, Oshawott, Fennekin, Listen, Sobble, and Fuecoco. I mean, yeah. I like for the past few gens, I've picked the grass starter. Weirdly enough, because I really like Rowlet, so cute, and Decidueye's so cool. It's the coolest looking one. I do like Primarina. I'll probably pick Primarina the next time I play through Alola. I picked Grookey. I mean, I think. Oh, I apologize for that. Don't know why I went mute. What was I saying before I went mute? What was the last thing I said? Can't tell. Um, yeah. Next video. Okay, so next video is the like last one. Well, not the last Cronio video, but like the last story video. Okay, right. So Grookey. I memed Grookey so hard in the lead up to Sword and Shield that I just kind of had to pick it as my starter. And then my my boyfriend was originally going to pick Sprigatito, so I was like, okay, I'm going to pick Quaxley. Then he was like, oh, I want to pick Quaxley now, and I'm like, okay, I'll pick Sprigatito. It's weird. Coco was our third choice, but like, here's the thing: I like Coco a lot. Like, I do like Coco, but like, I was more excited by the prospect of like a cat starter. I liked the look of, and also Quaxley was just. Oh, I mean, look at Quaxley, right? So yeah, like those are the. So I just picked I just happened to pick the grass starter 3 times in a row, like on the debut of a new generation. I mean, who knows what the next starters are going to be, but you know. I also didn't use Talonflame because I wanted to use Pyroar instead. Yeah, I considered using a Pyroar, but then I was like, oh, I want to use a Talonflame. Because I think originally I was going to have my flying type in my in my most recent playthrough of like Y. The reason I wanted to the reason I wanted to get well, I wanted a flying type, and I was thinking, okay, I've not used a Noivern before, but like Noibat's at the end of the game, so I'm like, nah, I want Fly before then. And I was like, oh, it's just got to be Talonflame again, doesn't it? So that kind of limited my options in terms of okay, I can't pick a fire type. I can't pick a fire type now, so I didn't. So my team ended up being Greninja, Talonflame, Venusaur. What else did I have? Aegislash, Rhyperior. I'm trying to remember what else I had on my Y team. Um, what did I have on my team? Can't even remember if it was like a new Pokemon or not. Um, or if it was like an older one. Oh no, Florges. I had Florges on my team. That was it. Neglect. Uh, I at first neglected Grookey because Monkey but later ended up liking Rillaboom. I mean, yeah, I like Rillaboom, but it's not Grookey, is it? So it was set in stone that I will choose Fuecoco, and I love Dirge. Yeah, Skeledirge is really cool and easily like one of my favorite. Well, I say one of my favorite. Like I really like the Paldea starters. Okay, like I don't get the hate for it. It's like, oh, they're so over designed. Okay, that's more to love. Shush, I like them. Okay, just they're cool. They're really cool. I genuinely think they're like. I think they're the best starter trio of the 3D era. Because there's always been like one starter in the trio that I've been quite less fond of. And considering like my least favorite of this trio is like the Foy Coco line, and I really like the Foy Coco line, that says a lot. Because like the Chespin line doesn't really do much for me, and I wish it did. I do think Chespin's cute, but you know. I wasn't really a fan of the Litten line like at all historically, and I did not like the look of Score Bunny by like when it debuted. Like in that first trailer, I was like, like, I think Cinderace is an alright design, but yeah, um, yeah, I I wonder which starters people are gonna choose from a next region. Not gonna lie. Okay, you always pick the purplish blue ones. I know which game you'd pick out of the next um my next region. Dexter, out of curiosity, would you pick Agate or Obsidian? Because yeah, uh, my team was Chestnut, Pyroar, Male, or Male Meowstic, Florges, Age Slash, and Yveltal. Okay, I don't. I tend not to use legendaries in my playthroughs. I don't know. I might change that up in future playthroughs, but I'm currently in my I've got to collect them all kind of thing. Obsidian seems like the blue out of the two. I mean, it's still white. Oh no, Obsidian's black and Agate's white, so it's not really. Mm. Um, I okay. So like, I don't tend to use legendary. I mean, I did use a legendary on my Coliseum team because, like, I mean, I wasn't going to use. I wasn't going to like store the legendaries as like, or I wasn't going to store the beasts as like, well, this is my legendary for my living decks in Pokemon Home. So I just used a Raikou, because that seemed like the best, like most viable option. Um, and I called it Jolty Off. I really like that name. Then also my now level 100 Pidgey that I use as my flyer. Jeez, level 100 in Kalos. I've only been able to naturally get my Pokemon to like level 100 or thereabouts. Like in like Sword and Shield and Scarlet Violet, like after the DLC, like they were like in the level 90s. Yeah, Ogerpon and Indigo Disc. I'm considering like um the next time I play through Paldea, I might use an Ogerpon on my team just because like she's so cute. And also like strong compared to most team members because like it's like 550 base stat total ain't a joke really. Like it's that's stronger. That's like a higher BST than most Mon. So yeah, like most fully evolved Mon tend to be like. I mean, there's not many that have a higher base stat total than 530. Like there's some, but there's not many. Like I guess there's like Arcanine, and I guess there's like a bunch of like pseudo legendaries, actual legendaries. But like, I mean, Ogerpon is a legendary, but still, it's a much weaker legendary than most. It's one of the weaker ones, but yeah. Ogerpon has interactions with Kieran and Carmen if you use her in battle. Yeah, I am needing to go to the toilet. I'll be right back. I'll be as quick as I can, guys. I am back. Um, the amount of hours I wasted on that Pidgey. Ogerpon has, yeah, I've read that. I had 3 shiny Riolus. Now you have a shiny Hisuian Samurott. Nice. That's a really cool shiny. I've got to admit, like that's. It's not just because like it's one of my favorite Pokemon. Nah, it's like nah, genuinely, it's got a great shiny. Unironically. Whew. Stairs, am I right? I would like to get some more shinies, but too late to get Herba. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel ya with that one. I got to bounce. Yeah, all right. See ya. No, I have Eevee trained, Iron Hands, and Annihilate. Yeah. Whew. If you have any questions about Croneo or even my next region of that I am not naming, then feel free to ask, and I will answer to the best of my ability, give or take spoilers. How long have we been going for? 45 minutes so far. Alright. Could go for longer, could also not. I don't know. We'll see. One of my greatest ideas on Scarlet Violet was getting a shiny Applin, evolving it into Diplin in Kitakami, and then guess what? Oh, yeah, that was. Oh, in hindsight, that's great move. I apologize for yawning. I've got a dentist appointment tomorrow. That'll be fun. I wonder if we'll ever get like a tooth Pokemon or something like that. Is Taylor also arresting Croneo? No, he's not. He evaded capture. The only two that were at risk of being arrested were like Barkley and Alexei, and y'all know then they're not in jail now. But you get a chance to whip their ass again. I mean, oh pardon me. If Agate and Obsidian became games, they could get arrested at the end, but like Taylor could get arrested, but I don't know. Let's just say you'll know where everyone is 2 years after Croneo's story. By the end of the next video, so that's all I'll say on that. I'm sorry I keep yawning. I'm really excited to see who the champion will be. You will in the next video. Yeah, you'll see who that is. I really like the plot of Scarlet Violet with discovering things from journals. Do you plan on doing something like that within a future project? Maybe. Um, maybe. I do like that sort of atmosphere. Um, I'll see if I can work it into my next region because like I've got a vague idea of the story. I've just not written anything down yet. Um, yeah. I'll figure it all out. Don't worry. I think if there's not much in the way of like a busy chat, I'll probably head off in about 5 minutes. Um, Mainly because like, well, it's not that I've got many other things that I could be doing. I mean, I could do things. I could do other things, but like, it's more. Well, as you can tell, I'm yawning, so I think I'm getting a bit tired of just sitting in the one place. Would Taylor and Sterling appear in the plot video? Well, the thing is, right? Technically, all the videos have been the plot video in some degree. This is like the finale video. They may appear, they may not. They're not going to be really integral to the story, though. They're not because they were such part of Agate and Obsidian's plot, but they're not this time around. So like they're not really going to be appearing at all. Um, but other than that, pretty much everyone that's like important and should appear will appear. So um, yeah, I hope everyone enjoys the new video. Like, 'cause I did put a lot of work into it. Um, yeah. What in your next region are there any regional forms of Croneo Pokemon? Yes, there are. In fact, if you join my Discord server, you might be able to see one. There won't be many, because like at some point it'll be like too fan servicey or nostalgia-y rather nostalgia baity. or like too well, okay, maybe not too nostalgia, more like too self-centered. I don't know. It's just it'd be a bit weird if I had like a whole bunch of variants of something people might not know about. Um, you know, because it would be awkward to explain. Like if I did a variant focused video, which by the way, there's going to be less variants in my next region. But like in the variants focused video, if a good portion of my variants are of Pokemon originally from Croneo, no one's really going to care, right? But like, there's not many, so I might as well include them briefly and just talk about them in other videos too. But luckily, there's other videos where they work, so that's fine. I'm fine with that. But there will be some, but like only ones which like really made sense, because a lot of the time, like there are other Pokemon that could work better. Like for example, considering doing a variant of a snake Pokemon for this kind of snake. I could use the one from Croneo, or I could just use, I don't know, Ekans or Viper, or like Silicobra, that sort of thing, or even Onyx if I really wanted. If I really wanted to be spicy, but like, yeah, like and it's just a matter of what what things really should happen, like that sort of thing. Like it's one of those consideration things, especially considering I didn't actually try and keep the number low. It just so happened that there's not many variants that I could do. Like only things that I'm like, yes, I'm doing this, but yeah, there may be convergence as well, and there may be cross-gen evolutions. You'll see. You'll see. Like one or two for each of those, by the way. Maybe. Just maybe. Not many. I only do things that I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. That's even if they're crazy and it feels like Game Freak would never do it, I'm like, well, this makes sense to me, so I'm gonna do it. So yeah. There is no TARDISmon in Croneo I mean, why would there be a TARDISmon? Like, TARDIS isn't particularly Scottish, so yeah. Um, I'm not against doing Doctor Who references in my regions though. Only if they make sense, of course. Same thing with references to anything else. Like even though like I'm obsessed with Doctor Who, doesn't mean to say I have to like make it invade everything. You know, like you know. But there may be things you don't know. Since Excalibur is the thing, I want to make a mon based on a movie monster. All right, yeah, I'm sure that'll be cool. I mean, Pokemon make mon based on movie monsters. Usually Godzilla, actually, quite a lot. So, yeah, I think that would be cool. Xenomorphs are not children friendly. I mean, the Xenomorph Queen was had a mon based on it. Yo, Newts or Goonts. What do you mean? I'm not bad at reading. Uh, yeah, Dexter. Naganadal's based on the Alien Queen. Thoughts on beta cast form? I mean, it was fine. Yeah. By the way, with the leak discussion on leaks, if you want to stay safe, best not say it. But like, I'm fine to discuss anything that's like from Gens 1 to 8. So so like, yeah, Smurf. I mean, I wasn't that wasn't really something that was my main focus. I was mainly focused on like the Gen 5 leaks, to be honest, because I'm a Univer guy. You know. Although I was looking at some of the Hoenn ones, and it was like super interesting to see some of the beta one, like the water starter, the original one that was just a bunny rabbit. That's so cute, man. God, like I mean, if people are like, oh, let's get rid of Mudkip. If it was the other way around, they would say that too. So no, but it's so cute, you know. No leaks. Let's talk about carrots instead. I don't know. It could be a carrot mon. My next region could be a leek mon even. Mudkip is way better. Oh, yeah, I think it works better as a starter. But I do really like that Bunnymon, and I wish it was its own thing. It kind of reminds me a wee bit of like Weasel in a weird way. But yeah, I don't know. And I like Weasel. I like it a lot. I used it in Platinum, and it was good. I liked it. Manetric was supposed to evolve too. Yeah, I mean, and by the looks of the evolution, it looks interesting. Yeah, I'm not too much of a Manetric fan myself. I don't really care too much about it. It's weird. I think I actually like Bolton's design more, but it looks less finished. I don't know. I kind of flip flop between the two electric doggos, to be honest. Manetric is perfect. I disagree. It's just no. I don't really vibe with it too much. I mean, I mean, it looks good. It's just not really my thing. I don't know. It's annoying because there's not many electric types in Hoenn, so it's like, I have to make do with that if I want a Hoenn Pokemon because I'm not using Plus Linen. Beta Cacturin looks like a creeper. Yeah, I mean, it also looks creepy. You know, I don't think it's. I mean, concept art can look like anything, really. And there was so many. There's so much art in that style, like that either it is real or like someone just did a really elaborate fake. Occam's razor, I'm gonna believe it's real until I get proof to the contrary. The Metagross one looks so sweet, creepy but sweet. I don't think I've seen the Metagross one. Concept looks pretty advanced and it's supposed to be pre 2002. Believe it or not, the Mona Lisa was painted hundreds of years ago. They are able to make something that looks like that with drawing before 2002. I think they were just trying to get a vibe of the design before they actually refined it and put it in the style. Because just saying, oh, no, that art style can't have been done before 2002, you don't know anything about art if that's a genuine statement or you're making a really weird claim. It looks like Minecraft mobs in real life from 2010. Yeah, believe it or not, people were able to make art that looked as good as that before 2002. So, yeah, no, I don't know what to say. I mean, if you can't believe anyone can draw like that from before 2002, that is not evidence against that. That is evidence that you should broaden your worldview. Mona Lisa isn't digital, and you're saying that was the image of. Oh, you do realize that they could just be digital scans of existing art, right? Why would you want to draw something so elaborate that would take hours just for a sprite? Maybe, hear me out. Maybe it's so elaborate so they know what it looks like, so they can make it look simpler. Maybe if you're doing a sprite, it's easier to actually have more detail so you know how to represent it in less. Because otherwise, you might, and also for proportion and stuff. Maybe, just maybe, right? That's how they make sprites. I don't know. I don't know. Why? I mean, you could argue just a sketch is too elaborate, but hey, I mean, why make concept art at all if you can just sprite it? That's a bit of a weird take because like there's a lot of elaborate concept art out there to give to give a sort of idea of what things could look like because it's art about the concept. But hey, we shouldn't have concept art because it's too elaborate. Let's just sprite it from scratch. Like, is that what your take is? Because I'm confused by it. It's like if you don't know why they do things elaborately, just read up on what concept art is, because that's what it is. When you're talking about the Mona Lisa, my mum put an image of the Statue of Liberty instead. No, I mean the painting lady. I mean the lady in the painting, not the lady in the statue. Okay, just emojis. Alrighty. Okay, Dexter sent me the Metagross looking one. Oh, that's funky. Yeah, it's like a sort of spider. I think I have seen it, but it's just like that looks completely different to what Metagross looks like. Gen 1 ones were sprited first, later Ken Sugimori and other artists hired to make them look better, and that's why Vennet and Butterfree look similar. Yeah, I mean, true. Um, true. I mean, there are different ways that things get made. But because they were working on a different kind of medium, because these sprites were going to be a lot more detailed, they want like, how do you know how much detail to add without making concept art first? That's that's logic I'm thinking of anyway. Curious what Beta Ivysaur would look like in the art Pokemon are in now. I forget what Beta Ivysaur looks like. I'll probably forget what most of these look like in a few years' time, to be honest. There is a reason why Gen 3 games were released on Game Boy Advance. Yeah. I should have read it with the right intonation, but screw it. Beta Ivysaur is the flat frick. Bunny, yeah. Um, so yeah, just a reminder, everyone, this Saturday is gonna be the day that the next Croneo video releases. So if y'all, and it may be, so this stream might be the one of the last times you get to ask questions about Croneo. So feel free to ask away. May I ask, where did you get the Naganadal Xenomorph Queen info? I'm pretty sure James Turner said it in an interview. I can't remember which interview, but like I definitely read up on like, or maybe he posted it on Twitter. But yeah, James Turner, who designed the thing, said that it was. So I'm gonna believe him. I'm actually gonna look it up. Naganadal Xenomorph. Dr. Lava definitely talked about it. I mean, drinking regional Sinisty giving a different effect to drinking a normal one. I don't think you should drink either of them, to be honest. But the liquid it's in is fermented in the Cronian version. So I mean, I think it is also based on a wasp. Okay, Dr. Lava on Twitter at Dr. Lava YT says, while discussing Naganadal's design, its creator, James Turner, said he's a big H.R. Geiger fan and that he wanted to make something sleek and alien. Okay, right. So maybe not necessarily the Alien Queen itself, but like, I mean, possibly the Alien Queen itself. But but yeah, H.R. Geiger specifically. Okay, do I think Gen 10 is going to be based on Greece. I don't know what it's going to be based on. We have no official indication that we're getting Gen 10. I don't see any reason to speculate about Gen 10 if it's not even the next game. And if there's any leaked information and anyone puts it on in chat, they will be banned. That's all I'll say. But to clarify, just in case you think, oh, it's been leaked already, not necessarily. Leakers have given vague descriptions, and that's making people think Greece. Just to clarify for people who haven't seen the leaks. But it might not be. It genuinely might not be. But we're not going to be discussing it, are we? Alien Queen herself was not made by H.R. Geiger. Okay, yeah. The thing is pretty vague, yes. We are not talking about the thing, though, are we? We're not talking about any leaks pertaining to the current gen or any future ones. Gens 1 through 8 are chill to talk about with me. I do pay attention to the leaks, but I am mindful of those who are trying to avoid it. So I want to keep a very leak like leak friendly, but also like if people still want to interact with my content and don't vibe with leaks, I don't want to be a burden on them. So spoiler: Gen 5 is going to break the mold. Not in Japan. Oh my god! But we're from after Gen 5, so it's fine to discuss. It's fine to discuss. From before Legends Arceus and Scarlet Violet and DLC, I was following all the leaks and more or less knew most Pokemon in the games before they were released. However, now for ZA, potentially for Gen 10, if any leaks appear, I will not look at them. And that's perfectly fine. And I would like you to be able to continue to have the choice, essentially. I want to discover new Pokemon by catching them in the games. Yeah, I might do that in the future someday, but oh no, I'm very much like, oh, I want them all, I want them all, you know. So don't want to be wasteful of what resources I have as well. So yeah. Right, guys, I might head off soon, but I will stay for a few minutes. And of course I'll answer any questions, but what if I ate Cronian Synesty's bottle? What bottle? It doesn't have a bottle. Let's say I can digest steel. You probably shouldn't, and there's not a bottle though. What bottle? Don't know what you're on about, mate. You might be thinking of someone else's Synesty. Like for some of my friends, I was the source of information if they wanted to know something, hey Dexter, any new Evos in the Indigo Disc? There might be an Evo for Diplin and Duraludon. You know, like, yeah, something like that. If there are no more questions, I may head off and just work on some other things. So, okay, see ya. Well, if that's everything. That's all the questions. Then, yeah, right. I think that is a good time to end it. So, just one final reminder: this Saturday, the new Croneo video is coming out, and it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be the best thing you've ever seen. It's going to be the climax of the story, and then after that, I'll have an explanation of all the character designs, and then a recap of every single Pokemon in the region. Make sure you see all of that. Make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell for that. And I will see you in the next live stream whenever that will be. Goodbye, everyone.